Let's all FOMO in. Let's all buy Bitcoin at 30K after it already went up by 20% in the last 7 days. Or should we? Should we maybe rather wait for a retracement? Because Bitcoin is volatile. It goes up and down and up and down. And the target is to buy low and sell high, not to buy high and sell low. So why buy after such a rally? Now here's what's important. Whenever there is a rally, things look rosy. There are positive news. That's why the price is going up. Whenever the price is going down, things look very bleak. Just 2 weeks ago, we had all the banning from the SEC, right? All those lawsuits left and right. Things looked really bleak. And now we see BlackRock, Fidelity, Citadel all getting into Bitcoin. That's why it's important to eliminate this psychological aspect of trading, because you can get carried away very quickly by the current momentum. I prefer to instead backtest rules. I prefer to determine rules that historically worked very well in the past and that then lead as a guide of how to react in the future. So you're not assessing the situation particularly specific to that moment with all those news that are coming in. You're using a quantitative data-driven approach that historically worked well. What we see over here in this chart is on a logarithmic scale, one of those approaches, trading according to the best backtested moving average for Bitcoin. So in white, we see the Bitcoin price. We've got parts of the crypto winter in 2018, then recovery from 3K all the way to 69K. And then also a bit of the recovery after the Luna collapse and the FTX collapse. And in turquoise, we see the return of that trading strategy. Note, this is a logarithmic scale, right? So 10x is here. Once we look at this on a linear scale, this is what that looks like. A very nice, constant outperformance. And the rules of this strategy aren't even complex. We are simply buying in when the price is above the moving average, and we are betting on falling prices whenever we are below the moving average. We look at the price once a day, midnight UTC, and then we determine, are we going long or are we going short? Are we betting on rising prices or falling prices? And according to that strategy, we are betting on rising prices since the 19th of June. And so we had a message for the premium members in one of the Telegram chats. Bitcoin, the price went above the best simple moving average. This is a bullish signal. Bitcoin, the price went above the best exponential moving average. This is a bullish signal. So I was buying back in. So on the 20th of June, 5 minutes after midnight, here is local time zone, Hong Kong, Malaysia. We buy and sell at UTC midnight. So that's 8 a.m. in Asia. So what are we trying to do here? We are trying to follow the trends, because crypto in general, it moves very strongly with trends. When prices tended to trend upwards in the past, they are likely going to continue to go up. Now this doesn't happen forever, right? At some point this reverses, and then when they tend to trend sideways or go down, then you rather want to be out. And there's different ways to measure this. A moving average is simply just one of many ways. It's the way that I personally prefer, because it's pretty straightforward, and also because it tends to work relatively well over time, but also across different assets and across different parameters. So what we have over here is a summary of the moving averages that I've backtested for Bitcoin. So on the y-axis, we've got the annualized performance. So on a geometric average, what would the trading strategy bring us? And then on the x-axis, the duration of the moving average. And for comparison, we also have what during this time Bitcoin would have given us if we just bought and held it. So 19% per annum, that's the black line. And so we see here, when we look at SMA, simple moving average, EMA by the way is the exponential one in red. When we look at the SMA, you see that the 124-day simple moving average tends to be the best for Bitcoin. That's the one that corresponds to this performance on a linear scale, or this performance on a logarithmic scale. That's the moving average that we see over here. And that's the one that gave us the buying signal just in time. So if you want to plot this yourself, right, you go to tradingview.com, you press / and then you enter moving average. You click on that, then you get a moving average plotted on the chart. You double click on this, and then you adjust the length to 124. You can also change the styling if you want to have this a bit more visible, and then you can monitor this yourself. This, I think, is the best macro indicator for Bitcoin. It's not perfect. It does have its fake out. It sometimes oscillates around the moving average and then you end up buying high and selling low. This can happen. But it's important how the performance is in aggregate. And in aggregate, we are now bullish. I even have slight leverage on Bitcoin. I'm levered 1.3. So when Bitcoin goes up another 10%, I will be making 13%. When the hype dies down and Bitcoin isn't appreciating that much anymore and it falls below the moving average, then I will take risk off. It's really important to understand how the crypto market works on different time scales. If you've got a very long time horizon, many years, you can simply just buy Bitcoin and completely forget it, wait for it to appreciate versus fiat over the next 10 years. It's likely going to have less inflation than fiat and thus appreciate in US dollar terms. If you've got a very short time horizon, just in like several hours, then it might make sense to go completely contrarian. Because sometimes we get, for example, forced liquidations or people hit their stop loss. So a very accelerated decline. We saw this very drastically during the Corona crash. Then you want to do the exact opposite. You don't want to go with the trend. But once your time horizon is several weeks and you want to be riding those waves and you don't want to be exposed to 70 or 80% drops that can happen in Bitcoin, then the 124-day simple moving average works the best. And so if you want to get signals whenever the price goes above or below, or if you're looking for a community that's very much data driven and you want to exchange ideas also with me, right? I hang around this Telegram channel regularly. So simply search for Bitcoin Strategy channel within the Telegram app. There's also going to be a link just right down below this video. So thanks for watching and see you on Telegram. Bye bye.